dang tam che kien. Pabar du chopar jipe tam che kiso kipe. Manam kadang nyampe simchim tam che dewa dangden. Dunal dangdrel. Nyurdu lana mepa yangda parsok pe changchu brimpo che to parya. Thus, until I achieve enlightenment, I perform virtuous deeds with body, speech, and mind. Until death, I perform virtuous deeds with body, speech, and mind. From now until this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with body, speech, and mind. We take refuge in the kind root Lama and lineage Lamas. We take refuge in the deities of the mandalas of the Yidams. We take refuge in all the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in all the noble Dakas, Dakini, and Dharma guardians, possessors of the eye of wisdom. Until I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma and likewise in the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. As the previous Buddhas embraced the enlightened mind and progressed on the Bodhisattva's path, I too, for the benefit of all sentient beings, give birth to bodhicitta and apply myself to accomplish the stages of the path. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and Sangha most excellent, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. May all other sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness in the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. I bow down respectfully with my body, speech, and faithful mind to all Tathagatas in the 10 directions, those who have already reached the Tathagata state, those who are reaching it at present, and those Tathagatas still to come. Through the power of Samantabhadra's prayers, may all Buddhas manifest vividly in my mind. I prostrate to them, multiplying my body as many times as there are atoms of the earth. In each atom, I visualize as many Buddhas as there are atoms, surrounded by countless bodhisattvas. Thus, all space is filled with Buddhas and bodhisattvas. I praise all Buddhas through magnificent chanting, expressing the great ocean of their excellent qualities. To all Buddhas, I make offerings of various pure flowers, flower garlands, of music, anointing oils, magnificent light, and fragrant incense. I make offerings to them of fine garments, perfume, and potpourri piled high as Mount Meru and arranged in the most beautiful way. I visualize the highest and most extensive offerings and offer them with great faith to all Buddhas. I prostrate to the Buddhas and make offerings to them, following the deeds of the great Bodhisattva Samantabhadra. I confess to you, Buddhas, whatever negative actions I have committed due to the power of anger, desire, and ignorance. I rejoice in the merit of all the Buddhas in the 10 directions of the great Bodhisattvas and Pratikya Buddhas, those who have attained Arhatship, those who have entered the path of Arhatship, and all other beings. I request to all great protectors and Buddhas to turn the highest wheel of Dharma as the light, dispelling the darkness of beings in the 10 directions and leading them gradually to the enlightened state. I supplicate those Buddhas intending to pass into parinirvana to live long for as many eons as there are atoms of the earth in order to benefit all beings. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying for the sake of the enlightenment of all sentient beings, all this I dedicate. The ground is sprinkled with scented water and strewn with flowers. It is adorned with Meru, the supreme mountain, the 4 continents, and the sun and the moon. As a Buddha field, I offer it. May all sentient beings attain the happiness of the Buddha fields. To the lamas who possess the 3 kayas, I offer the outer, inner, and secret offerings with my body, wealth, and all that is visible. Please grant me the supreme realization, enlightenment. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying, for the sake of the enlightenment of all sentient beings, all this I dedicate. Om Guru Ratna Mandala Putsa Mega Samudra Saparana Samaya Ahung. Unequaled refuge, ornament of the world, your fame pervades the 3,000 worlds. You are the victor Vajradhara without a doubt. I bow at the feet of the Father Jigten Sumgon. Continually I think of no one but you. Compassionate one, grant your blessings. Dispel the darkness that surrounds my heart. Please bless me so that I can realize the unelaborated nature of mind. Please turn the wheel of the Dharma of the two vehicles and their combination according to the disposition and likewise the mental capacities of sentient beings. His wisdom is brilliant like the sun, free of the clouds of the two veils, and perceives the various types of knowledge in their true nature. For this reason, he holds the wisdom text at his heart. He has compassion for all beings who suffer from the darkness of ignorance in the prison of samsara, as a father for an only son. Like a thunderclap, he awakens those who are sleeping in ignorance and loosens the chain of karma through the 60 branches of harmonious speech. He wields the wisdom sword to cut the seedling of suffering and to dispel the darkness of confusion. In the bodhisattva form, he is pure from beginningless time, fully accomplished in the 10 levels, and perfect in the body of all knowledge. I supplicate you, Manjushri, adorned by the 112 signs of a Buddha, to dispel the darkness of my ignorance.
Om Wange Shorum, Om Arabazana de 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 Om Arabazana. Om Arabazana de Om Arabazana de Om Arabazana de Om Arabazana de. You who are the perfect, beautiful body, who is filling all wisdom, blesses, and the dispel darkness of all delay ignorance, are posted before you and the present Manjushri. You never John Wai boy, ye share me rather, but Jidin the moment Sarwa, Jambar young lies answer do. Angge doje jaje reason chong yin je me do de je bong yong ba ser je lembo daver jibe ge xiao je jar be xiao lai ge zan ze dor jian 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 de lo na ro dang mar ba me lai ji je gan bo ba Hamoy chubai jarwai jigombe, Taju lama nan lai zorwa de rome jije yenje bodoni, Isom sanje genje ngowo nye, Ransem jige ngonsong donzebe, Save lame shabla guzanzo. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Evening. Welcome to Vajrasatva Practice and the teaching. So I hope everyone has a sadhana, Vajrasatva sadhana. So Amanda shared in the chat room. If you don't have, you can go to the chat room. There's a Vajrasatva sadhana and also Sancho ritual sadhana too. So this Vajrasatva sadhana is come from His Holiness Khenpo Samdup. This sadhana is very performed also is very close lineage too. So this sadhana are received from Khenpo Samdup directly from him. And I share actually many times this sadhana when we practice the Vajrasatva. So also the Chinese Sangha, you can watch this as very beautiful, create the video. Is you can watch the all this visualization meditations with Vajrasatva. Someone created the kind of piece of movie, and all these different levels meditation, visualize Vajrasatva, and very beautiful. The speak is under, I think under the video shows the Chinese this prayer, each verses. So now this sadhana says the sadhana of glorious Vajrasatva, which purify all negativity and benefits self and others, called the wish-fulfilling giver, are Dharma revelation of H.H. Jimmy Pinso Rinpoche. So this sadhana is a dharma, and he says very clearly, dharma revelation of H.H. Jimmy Pinso. Then the practice of Vajrasatva. The Vajrasatva is all the 3 times Buddha's embodiment of confession, form bodies Vajrasatva. So, when we're going to confessing negative deeds, so we visualize Vajrasatva. It's very powerful because Vajrasatva is all 3 times enlightenment Buddha's embodiment of confession. So we use all the enlightened beings confession representative object is Vajrasatva. Then that's a very powerful object. That's the reason purify negative karma. The practice is always Vajrasatva. And then especially for do the practice for the disease, sadhana mostly is Chinreze or Vajrasatva. Because I think reason is the disease stuck in the trap in the bardo or some in the samsara and the lower realms. The reason is negative karma. So that's why Vajrasatva is purification Buddha, and the practice of Vajrasatva can purify disease negative karma. And then bardo beings can be reborn to higher realms. So that's why Vajrasatva is very important role for the Sheto Yedam deities. Then of course in the Chenrezig too, Chenrezig is an embodiment of all the compassion form body, all 3 times Buddhas. So compassion is liberating many beings. So that's why these 2 Buddha is most important for the for the bardo beings, or we say like liberating for lower rank beings. So then this sadhana is followed by same yesterday what we talked, going for refuge. I'm going to talk little short bit information, and then we're going to chant. And when we get to the mantra section, and then we go to the Sheto, the Sancho ritual sadhana. Namo from no until I reach for enlightenment. With intense faith and devotion, I take refuge in Guru Vajrasatva. So the Lord of the ocean of Buddha and the mandala. And here, we're taking refuge to the Vajrasatva. Through like very strong our intention, intense faith and devotion. Then taking refuge to Vajrasatva is from now until I reach full enlightenment. So taking refuge until enlightenment. The Lord of ocean of Buddha and the mandala, we take refuge, Vajrasatva and the Vajrasatva mandala. That's the refuge. And then go to the next section is mind generation, bodhicitta. To liberate from samsaric suffering, all mother sentient beings, so vast in number that they fill space itself. We think about all mother sentient beings. So the sentient beings is like countless sentient beings. So that's the reason, here it says, so vast in number that they fill space itself. Where space is rich, sentient beings also there. So that's why we wanted to liberate all the sentient beings. Is create immeasurable love, compassion, and wanting liberate all these beings is bodhicitta. Then, and to bring them to the state of permanent happiness, we wanted to liberate them, not to create like some temporary happiness. So that's the yesterday I shared lots about bodhicitta, and Buddha's goal is liberation, not to create something happiness within samsara. So within samsara, we get something happiness with desire. So then they create the causes of suffering again. So that's why its goal is enlightenment. That's the reason when Buddha Shakyamuni shared the teaching, it's only focused liberation, not the worldly power. And people create some feelings, healings, and the power control. So use miraculously magic, something using, and try to get more people follower. So that is become actually Buddha Shakyamuni says wrong idea. Reason is people not thinking about the liberation, and the many beings become, especially our human beings, attach or expectation to the power and something special in the worldly. So that's create the causes of suffering. So that's the reason Buddha Shakyamuni say all the teaching is for the liberation, free from samsara, enlightenment. Then here, and to bring them to the state of impermanent happiness, I shall diligent engage my three doors to doors, body, speech, and mind to virtuous deeds. So that's the reason we have to engage in the practice dharma through our body, speech, and mind, create good karma, and never depart from the path of enlightenment. So never separate from the enlightenment, causes of enlightenment. So our mind has followed by spiritual path. And that's why when we chant every morning prayer, Mahakala and Achi, please consider me in that section. So with aspiration is like our mind, never separate with the spiritual path. As a blessing, mind is follow the spiritual path. And protecting, mind is follow the spiritual enlightenment path. So That's same, and never depart from the path of enlightenment. Whatever we do through the body, speech, and mind, create the causes of enlightenment. So that's the wishing. Then that's two is take refuge to Vajrasatva and mandala, create, our bodhicitta intention. Then third is we can say third. It's called generating the deity. So now it's visualize the Yidam deity here. Same is all the sadhana follow. So in this sadhana, have to follow by 4 different powers. I think you understand what means 4 powers. So power of object. Power of object is we have to visualize Buddha Vajrasatva. Buddha Vajrasatva is I already talked with you. All the enlightened beings confession arise from is Vajrasatva. So Vajrasatva is special object, purification, and the confession object. We need supreme object used when we're confessing. So Vajrasatva is the object of confession. So good thing is Vajrasatva is no, ordinary being, and Vajrasatva is a Sambhonakaya form. So when you're ready to your confessing, Vajrasatva is always there. You don't need to call, and make appointment. Vajrasatva is, long as you open your mind and ready to confession your negative deeds, then Vajrasatva is always be with us. So that is a good news or good thing. Long as you have a connection to the devotion, faith and the devotion is very important to connect with the Yidam deity. Without faith and devotion, so we cannot really connect to the Yidam deities. And through your devotion, and then connect with the Yidam deity and use this sadhana, we have to visualize Vajrasatva. So this is the power of objects. Yeah. So when we do the confession, have to create the 4 powers together. Without the 4 powers, very hard to purify negative karma. So long as 4 power comes together, any negative karma we can purify it. Nothing negative karma like stable can stay. If 4 power comes, yeah, 4 power I can say destroy all the negative karma can destroy. So, like use very powerful washing machine. We can, clean all the dirty cloth. No choice, the cloth, still kept the dirty. It's a powerful washing machine can, all the clothes can become clean up, right? Same, like all our negative karma can purified, use this 4 different level powers. So now use our devotion and are in front of oneself. So can be, our natural mind. So is like you're also like sometimes like you really is looking to yourself and your mind and origination mind. Then in front of oneself, amidst auction clouds of various offerings, we visualize many diversity offerings. Upon a white lotus and the moon cushion, sits the Lord over Buddha Vajrasatva as pure white as the waxing moon. He has 1 face and 2 hands. The right rests a dorje to his heart. The left hold the bear at his waist, and donned with the Sambona Kaya ornaments, he sits cross-legged in the Vajra position. Radiating wisdom light, which provides the 10 directions. Thus, vividly visualize with clear, pure mind. So we visualize clearly our own mind, Vajrasatva. So this sadhana is, it's go directly to, the front visualization. You can see this is not the self-generation stage, it's called front of generation stage. So that's why we visualize Vajrasatva form is in the front of us. Then, we know the tanka and the statues, Vajrasatva. So also we practice every single day, Vajrasatva, in the daily practice, morning. So there has an image, form, body, and short prayer, and also short mantra. So when we visualize Vajrasatva, the vividly visualize with a clear, pure mind. So we have to visualize mind means like when you close eye, and the Vajrasatva form is appear to your mind. So not the you have to see this, eyeball openly. You don't have to see. Okay. When we close eye, Vajrasatva is appear to mind. So that's called visualization. Then visualize. We always have to visualize, vividly visualize, and clear. Seeing form is empty. Emptiness is form. Form is no other than emptiness. And then the visualized form is very clearly, if we can. So that's important. Then I beseech you. So we strongly supplication to Vajrasatva. I beseech you to hold me in all beings, distribute like me. So this is like regret, man. Regret, power of regret, I think. So, power of regret is like we done negative karma already many previous lifetimes. So that's the reason we are still within samsara. We have just some temporary happiness, but still we are within samsara. We no one has here permanent absolute happiness within samsara. So all these samsara beings, because due to negative karma, that's the reason stuck in the samsara. So I beseech you to hold me and all beings distributed like me. So like me means like same as me. I have fear, I have emotion, I have suffering. So this two like me, same as me, and all these beings, every single being has fear, every single being has suffering, and sad, many different ways, so suffering in the samsara. So we think about me and others too. With your compassion, we request, please help us, through your compassion. All negativity and the transgression committed through my 3 doors. So I created so much negative karma through my body, my speech, my mind. So the created negative karma is, and all my lifetimes without a beginning. So not only this life. So we create negative karma beginningless time until now. So we create a negative karma is a big eye cloud. Due to the technology, we understanding, like what means negative karma is restoring there. So negative karma is a hold there is the same as like eye clouds. So we have so many things put in the eye clouds. You don't see all the time this what you have in the eye clouds. So when all the condition comes, then that shows up, right? Same thing, so we create so much negative karma. many lifetimes. All this negative karma result is not happening in this life. So when this negative karma be with the conditions, cause condition all comes together, then negative karma result is arise. So the before result is arise, we can purify it. Okay, same is an example. We break the rules and the laws of the country. So before, get the evidence, to the court or police, and we can destroy evidence. Same, destroy the evidence. Similar, we create so much negative karma previous lifetime until now. Before result suffering comes, we can destroy all the negative karma. The reason is because we create negative karma and we have power to or ability to destroy that too, remove that too. So negative karma is just I told you, like example is the same as eye clothes. It's hold there, but you don't really need physical space to put. If you need physical space to put, then our room not enough. The Buddha says this whole world space is not enough. One person's karma put into the space, if physical. So we example, we buy the phone and the laptop computers. Each one has a limited GB. So that's why we need all the iClouds and hardware drive, so you can restore there. They are no physical form, right? So it is there, but not physically. We can say exist. If physically exist, everyone can touch, not only can see, but they are not physically exist, but it is there, so we know that we have so much fires, each computer and the phone, and the memory chips. So it is there, so not really physically exist. Otherwise, like they cannot fit there, So, same, we have an iClouds, unlimited GB. That's why we can restore eons karma in there. So that karma all cannot show up one time together, because you have so much, fires and your pictures, movies, or whatever you have in the put in the iCloud. You cannot see everything one moment. So you have to see one by one. And which one you click, that one shows up, right? Other one even there, but not show up. Cannot show up same two fires, same moment. So same, negative karma is restored already there, but they cannot happening everything together. Then when the happening is like, when the causes the condition or the comes, they're happening, their karma. So other restoring there. We put in our karma iClouds. So we live there, if we don't not happening in this life, taking to the future life. So that's the reason use here is Vajrasatva practice. We can purify all that negative karma iClouds. We can destroy. So then we can free from suffering future lives. So we don't have to go to prison of samsara, because you destroy already all the samsara, prison of samsara evidence. Yeah, and if we don't destroy, like example, our evidence, single existence of or like in the country law rules break. We don't ever then not destroy that. It's there. It's like, one day show up and the police call us to go to jail. So similar. So before that happening, and we can destroy all the negative karma. Use this power of the Buddha's confession. No, what we need is we need regret, power of regret. Without regret, cannot purify negative karma. So that's the reason here says, all the negative and transgression committed through my 3 doors and all my lifetimes without beginning, which are like deadly poison I have taken. We take the poison mistakenly and we regret. Same, we regret what we create, negative karma. So that is called power of regret. Second power. I expose and confess with intense remorse and regret. So that is the remorse and regret power. Second power. Third power is from now on, even at the cost of my life, I will never commit any impropriety deeds. So that is the third power is a commitment, power of a commitment. Power of a commitment is we never ever going to do again. So we get mistakenly drink the poison, we get sick, and even not die, but go to hospital, so much suffering, and then you really strongly regret not going to drink mistakenly again. Same, negative karma torture us suffering, and recognize that, no, I'm not going to create negative karma, even causes of my life. So that kind of commitment is called the power of commitments. So I never commit any improper deeds. Okay, so that's the third power. Then fourth power is the power of antidote. Power of antidote is hold this Vajrasatva practice is a power of antidote. So Dharma is a power of antidote. Okay, so practicing Vajrasatva, chant mantra, and use other 3 powers, chant mantra, then power of Dharma. So that's the fourth power. 4 power comes together. Any negative karma can be purified. Please look up in us with your compassionate eyes. Bestow the reflex of liberation with your gentle hand. So strong, from our heart, chant this, prayer, supplication to Vajrasatva, and then we meditate, Vajrasatva smiling his face and his hand touching to our heads. So, he says, come from him, he Vajrasatva reaction saying, words is like, noble son or daughter, your negative karma is purified. So we can visualize like that. Some Vajrasatva prayer practices said, follow like that kind of way to explain. And so then, the end of the, you can visualize this way. After chant the mantra and finishing, then, bestow the reflex of liberation with the gentle hand. May all deteriorations and the transgression of samaya, my own and all beings be purified. And may all the supreme and the common seed be accomplished at this very moment. So that's we meditate and visualize. Then we have to chant the Vajrasatva mantra. And this Vajrasatva mantra is Om Vajrasatva Home. So that's why he says, through purifying with the 4 remedial powers. So I taught already 4 powers, as in this supplication. If you recite the mantra Om Vajrasatva Home 400,000 times, even deteriorations of root samaya will be purified, samaya. So we can purify big negative karmas. use this prayer and what I share using for power and chant Vajrasatva mantra, thinking about my own negative karma and also all my loved ones' negative karma. I want to purify, confess. Chant this prayer is very powerful. So, and then also we can do this practice for our loved ones, someone pass away, and you can commemorate, this 400,000 Vajrasatva mantra, use this sadhana. So that practice absolutely benefit our loved ones when they pass, and absolutely benefit ourselves. So that's the very important too. Like another level, we can practice Vajrasatva often. Long as you practice Vajrasatva, we practice Sheto too. Sheto Yadam that is Vajrasatva, most important. So why we stuck in the lower realms? Because due to negative karma. Why hell realms stuck in the hell realms? Because through the anger. Vajrasatva is practices, purification for anger. And so why so many beings stuck in samsara suffering? Because due to harming for other beings, create negative karma. That's the reason stuck in the lower realms, in the pardo, also fear and the suffering. So we practice Vajrasatva. Vajrasatva is a form body of all the enlightenment confession. So we can confessing our negative karma, our loved ones' negative karma, benefit many other beings. So that's why, if you can chant 100,000 Vajrasatva or 400,000 times Vajrasatva, short mantra, even you cannot chant the long one, short one is okay. So chant that is very powerful. We can purify our negative karma. And this sadhana specifically, they talk about the recoil is 400,000, 400,000. But you can commemorate 100,000. It's benefit lots ourselves and for others. So that's why, very important, chant this Vajrasatva mantra, purification. So then next we go to the other sadhana. Other sadhana is also going to chat room, thanks to the zone organizers, all kindness, and we get everything, whatever we want. They prepare everything for us. Everyone get other sadhana? Okay, so you're going to download other sadhana. We're going to chant Vajrasatva one time under the mantra. Then I'm going to go in this sadhana. So first go back to the Vajrasatva. Same prayer. I'm going to chant the Tibetan. You're going to follow the English followers, follow English. Chinese speakers follow Chinese because this one has both together. It's a good thing. Going to refuge. Namo Dene Sanjo Nimbe Par Reitan Jinkor Jamsi Da Lama Dorje Sembala Yichi Debe Jabsen Che. I'll do this 3 times. Namo from now until I reach for enlightenment. With intense faith and devotion, I take refuge in Guru Vajrasatva. Namo from now until reach for enlightenment. With intense faith and devotion, I take refuge in Guru Vajrasatva. Next one. Hanyam Rowan Dada King. Ende sala wo yong ser ling a ye je zong ba geng san jo lam dan dharma za. To liberate from samsaric suffering or mother sentient beings, so as in number that their first species itself, and bring them to the state of permanent happiness, I shall diligently engage in my three doors, body, speech, and mind, in virtue deeds. To liberate from samsaric suffering or mother sentient beings, so as number that their first species itself, and to bring them to the state of permanent happiness, I shall diligently engage in my three doors, body, speech, and mind, in virtuous deeds, and never depart from the path of enlightenment. I run the children, Jamsi, Ekara, the Ding, the Rende, Pardin, Dorjes. Sara dawa jebe dang charje sanye doder nang long che zoi che zhong yu yi xi wu zer so jun chi dang we yin o lam mer sar che ma lama dor je sem ngen je tam ja nyer gong ne da so nyam doi sem je nam tu ji ji sen zin baran zu to me tin e da bar de le nga ye je de dong nam jia dar ko de du song dar nong ju zha bin to ri xian xia xin jie so la ba jiu re jiang me le na me jie na zong be jin jie zin zu la jiang ni sa ge wo yong zor da dan sim jian dam jie jie dam zai nyam jia gen da jin cho dan de mong e zhou gen da dan ye den zhe ba ren zu Om ben zara sato hong, 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 om ben zara sato hong. So you can chant the Vajrasatva mantra. Reciting, and I'm going to share with you burning away afflictions, a ritual to purify obscurations, which can be used in conjunction with any practice of the Ansapa sacred mantra. So, this sadhana is, you have to know, is not independent sadhana. So independent means Vajrasatva sadhana is independent sadhana. You starting from beginning and the chant finishes, everything's there. So when we're going to use this sadhana, then followed by Vajrasatva or Chinrezek sadhana or Tara, Buddha Amitabha, with others Yadam deity sadhana, then put in this one together, have to practice. So that's the reason it can be used in conjunction with any practice. So generally, this practice is like followed by Vajrasatva, Chinrezek, and Buddha Amitabha sadhanas. So we use this practice put together, join together. Then Garchen Rinpoche also does this sadhana join with the Tara practice together. So when he do the Tara practice together, usually, this sadhana is a Sancho ritual. This sadhana for the living beings is followed by the Tara, and the dead people followed by Vajrasatva Chinrezek. So that is more kind of professional way, but just traditional kind of good way. But still, if you use Tara and for the disease is nothing wrong. If your deity is Tara, then use Tara is living beings or dead people both. It's the same. So that's the reason, like someone has a very specifically Yadam deity already. Always you practice Majeshwari, Tara, Varjapane, any Yadam deities, you can use that Yadam deity practice with this sadhana, with this Sancho ritual together. And then I also shared last 2 weeks ago something, I think last week or 2 weeks ago. I think 2 weeks ago, I was in Canada, Vancouver, so we did this practice with Tara sadhana for living beings. We use this sadhana practice with, I think, Amitabha sadhana, Amitabha Buddha sadhana, so for the disease. So, that's last 2 weeks ago I did, and at that time also I shared a little bit information. This sadhana usually only do in the monastery, not really publicly practicing this one. So no, Gaji Rinpoche, his aspiration, who take refuge Buddha Dharma Sangha, and he called they all Sangha, not only monastery, monks and nuns. So who took the refuge to Buddha Dharma Sangha, and then that person, their group gathering together, he say use this sadhana practice for the disease and for the living beings. And so then that's also a good way to do. And, then also other, scholars and high professional, good practitioner also they recognize Gachi Rinpoche's view, his, through compassion is great. That's a, I heard from, like Gachi Rinpoche say, such as like example, Khenpo Tsutom Lodi from Larongar and Khenpo Jimmy Prince also disabled, and that kind of very high practitioner and also professor for the Buddha Dharma Sangha. And they also think it's great to use that way to benefit others. So then that also make very happy Garchin Rinpoche. And so now our job is we have to practice this when we have good condition comes together, use the, Buddha Amitabha sadhana or Chinrezek sadhana, Vajrasatva sadhana, so we can change, sometimes this different sadhana, use this Sancho ritual for the disease, or sometimes we can do for the living beings. So yesterday I shared with you, I talked to you, actually I cannot do today the practice with us together, because when we practice this one, you see so many required, many things we need. So that's why I don't have anything here today. So also due to time, we cannot do today. So next time also we're going to do, and that's why I'm going to like go a little bit explain this sadhana. So you also understanding, what means Sancho ritual for like Buddhist Vajrayana tradition, how that, connect with to the disease, and how to the, spiritual beings connect to the disease and liberating the disease. What they're using, you get idea, understand. And then of course, like next time, we group gathering together, we can use this sadhana practice. Of course, we're going to do practice together. So now here, it's good to we got today this small here, explanations. I mean, here says Namo Guru Devan Dakinaye. Okay, Namo Guru Devan Dakinaye. I think homage to all the Dakas and Dakinis. So it's just homage to the Guru, Yadam, and the Dakini. So that means, yeah. Then usually we don't chant this, introductions when we practice time. So today, very important, we have to go through this introductions. In the city of illusion, of ignorance, grasping, of duality. So our right now this, this world is a delusion city, because due to our self-grasping, due to our ignorance, it is illusion city, city of illusion. So then, of course, Bardo is more illusion city too. Karmic imprints. This one is more thicker, strong karmic imprints. Right now, our illusion city is very strong karmic imprints. Dream is less karmic imprints. Bardo is, I think, is between of that. Could be like, between because of short term. So then another reason we cannot say Bardo is short than in this life. Can be longer. So driven by the two kinds of obscurations and the evil of ordinary habitual tendencies, beings are conformed by the natural expression of misery. See, due to negative karma, two obstacles, afflictive emotion obstacle, and cognitive obstacles, like, no wisdom, no knowing truth, no knowing cause and effect. So these two obstacles. So these two obstacles and these two obstacles, strong karmic imprints. That's why we are stuck in this, city of illusion. So city of illusions, natural expression of misery. If you accept or not accept, anyway, this city of illusion is misery. Thus, close the door to the confessed perception of the true obscuration and be diligently in the practice to purify obscurations. So due to these two obstacles, then, karmic imprints, perception arises 6 realms. So 6 realms, where within 6 realms, doesn't matter where we reborn, is misery. So that's why we have to, purify our 2 obstacles. So here says, okay, which can be combined with the extensive or conscious self-generation of any mandala of the unsurpassed of Vajrayana. It consists of 3 parts. So what is 3 parts? Is I see. 3 parts is like, 3 parts, the preparation. And the first beginning is we usually use the, mind generation bodhicitta. The main part, main practice, and visualization, and the conclusion. So this is called the 3 parts. The preparation consists of 8 steps. The activity of the main part can be done as explained in any selected text. If the selected text contains a verse recitation, it should be done after the mantra recitation and not visualize the verse deity. So the main practice is like we already like Vajrasatva. So that's go first. Then come into the mantra section. So going into this sadhana. So the main sadhana has, usually the front generation stage, self-generation stage, and also they have like another is called if the select text contains a verse recitation, means like we use the verse And the top there, we put the Buddha's image. And inside the west, of course, we have to blessing water. And then you visualize top of the west, visualize the Vajrasatva chant the mantra. Then Vajrasatva is become merged to the nectar into the vase, so that vase we have to use for performing and for the ritual. So that's if sadhanas came, if have that, that's a use that way to practice this one. Should it be done after the mantra recitation? If not, visualize the vase deity. So vase deity is here directly too. Okay, and so how to vase the vase is visualize the Yidam deity. Here is this, the vase is a self-born. Self-born means no create, naturally arise, yeah? And naturally arise, vase is in front of us. Vase palace inside which appear the deities. So vase is inside, is visualize the Yidam deity's palace. The deity is supremely clear, like plants and the star reflected in a limpid lake. So all these stars, shining to the lake. Same, we visualize all the deity is within in the west. Visualize. So then, lake stream forth from its left force, seeds and the mantra, winds around the mantra, thread and dissolve into the west deity heart. So then we usually also hold the, Vajra, and I don't have Vajra on the bear. So the Vajra has like colorful cloth, the sting. So the colorful sting is directly to the west, and then you hold, other edge, with the Vajra, and the other edge is, west hold. So then you chant the mantra. See, mantra is like become your true, like your strength through go to the west. So the mantra is directly hit to in the west, visualize the deity's heart, and then become from their body flows feasting nectar, merging indivisibly with the water of the west. So the Vajrasatva, today example, we're doing the Vajrasatva practice. We visualize Vajrasatva or the mandala inside the pompa. And also you can, if very hard to visualize inside the pompa, usually I visualize the top of the pompa, Vajrasatva, okay? So Vajrasatva and us, like we practice, we are connected because we have this strength go between the west and us. And then you hold that strength with Vajra and heart center, the mantra visualize, go through the strength to hit to Vajrasatva's heart. Vajrasatva body, also this mantra recitation is like arising, evoking the Vajrasatva, reciting Vajrasatva's heart center, Vajrasatva mantra, and then the mantra is like become merged to the nectar falling to the water inside the west. So that's the west visualization. So then next one is we say, focus on the Kalasha Sarva Siddhi Home to the root mantra means like Om Benza Sato Home. Kalasha Sarva Siddhi Home. We chant that. Om Benza Sato Home, Kalasha Sarva Siddhi Home 100 times. After, so focus on the cleansing water or the activity ways. Reciter means we have two ways. One is a principle, so we use this Vajrasatva, visualize. This is the principle ways. The second one is called activity ways. So now you open this second verse, and chant this mantra Om Benza Amarta Kundal Hana Hana Homepage. So this created the activity verse is active. Use this mantra. Then we have to chant this mantra maybe 100 times or 20 times, like whichever we can. Om Benza Amarta Kundal Hana Hana Homepage. So then, blessing to the water, the second verse. In this way, the water particularly are consisted with this indestructible Vajra nature on our home. So then we visualize the water become same as Vajra water, activity with Pumbas water. So then all this activity Pumba West, I'm going to use the name is Pumba. West is hard for me to say, Okay, so you have to understand that when I say Pumba means west. So here says, I pray to you. No, it's the deity merged into wisdom nectar become merged in separable into one with the Pumba water. I pray to you, precious Guru, kind Lord of Dharma, I call you with longing. So no, next is like we create two Pumbas activity, okay? One is principle, me Yadam deity. Other is for activity Pumba, like, can be many other like Vajrapane and other deities, like kind of wrath for some, they have a different, like specific, it's Bodhisattva, wrath for ones. So use that. Then now we have these two objects. Then we're calling the Guru first. So I call you with longing. Unfortunate ones have no hope but you. So I don't have any other to calling, I'll have only you are calling you. So we have to really strongly supplication pray to our gurus. So guru is like can be, Buddha Shakyamuni, and also think about what Telopa, Naropa, and all the way lineage teachers, and then specifically your devotion. We know some has, immeasurable compassion, some has immeasurable love for others, and also realization, Mahamudra. So then that kind of guru we have to call, okay? Longingly, grant your blessings that our mind merge indivisibly. So we visualize calling the guru, the guru's mind and our mind is merging together. So ask blessing. Then next is second example, the materials for purification. So what we need are cover less of a name. So we have to put this Sancho rituals. When we do the performing, we write down the names. So there has like all these mandalas, liberation things in there. So that need like something cover. So that's our cover less of names. Food offerings. We need like food offering because the soul offering we're going to in this has a soul offering. And offering hindrances, torma. Then torma also need torma. Mirror. So mirror is like cleansing. Mustard is like mustard seed is used for the negative beings. Let go. Mantra, saint, and a bear. So the bear need mantra, saint. Saint is also, helps become disease release. Some reasons a saint helps disease recognize the death. So that kind of object we need. Then we chant Om Benza Amrata Kanale Hanana Hong Pe Om Sobhava Shida Savadama Sobhava Shida Han. So this prayer, like blessing to the this object for the ritual, the disease names. Then chant these prayers So we follow by the disease, like, disease is, I think, is a letter blue color. Living beings is a letter red color. So that's why we have two colors here. They cannot use together. When we chant these prayers for living beings, we have to use the red one. When we chant these prayers for disease, we have to use the blue one. So I'm going to share with you, followed by the blue one today. From the state of emptiness, after you in nature adorned with a bindu, it transforms into you, refer to as the one path from the state of emptiness, after your main in nature adorned with a being. Sorry, I went to wrong direction. The appearing with the complete aggregates, elements, sense, sources, just as when alive, taking refuge in three jewels and the deity of the mandalas. So it's we calling the disease, with the name and this Sancho ritual object. Visualize like same is like during the lifetime, or the disease like faculties, aggregates, everything is like same is alive. We visualize, then we think about it. They are with us, same as a lifetime, telling them to take refuge to Buddha Dharma Sangha. So all blessing child of noble family, no past, the life you care for has no come to its end. So the life is the end. We're telling the disease. Sometimes the disease is not recognized the death. We're telling them you are dead. You have gone through a place beyond the five aggregates, a city of illusion. So you already been beyond the five aggregates, means that you already lost five aggregates. And the city of illusion is Bardo. Whenever you are born in the six realms or samsara state, like happiness. So this is the teaching for the sharing teaching for the disease, like with giving the instruction, doesn't matter where you reborn in the six realms, is like of the happiness. So especially in the three miserable states of existence, suffering is inconceivable. Three lower realms, more suffering, so beyond our thoughts. So therefore, lesson child of a noble family do not attach to this samsaric world. We're telling them don't attach to samsara, only focus to liberation. Then, resist the tempting course of evil force that will lead you astray. So we're telling the disease, don't listen to the negative obstacle beings. They're going to, resist the tempting course of evil force that will lead you astray. They're going to take astray suffering. With the mind directed on the yadam, single-pointedly to this supreme place. So we're telling the disease, single-pointedly focus guru and the yadam. And the holy presence of the master and the deity come instantly, come to here, listen to me. Instantly be with us. So then this one is like mantra prayer is like, using this practice is the power of these prayers. This is consciousness is bring back to in the object of this ritual with name. So Namo, by the power of true of the infinite house of three roots and the power of the deity's mantra, mudra, and samadhi. So this is the power of many things. Power of the, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, power of three roots, Yadam deity, Dakinis, and so the Yadam power Kando Chichong, the Dakinis. So that's the three roots, and the power of deities, mantra. So also the Yadam deity is a mantra. Today we chanting is Vajrasatva mantra. Then mudra is like you using the your hand. Mudra like bringing that together. So just like we do the mudra. And the samadhi, like you meditate, your mind concentrate, focusing through your compassion. So without the compassion, and then harder to connect with the disease. So that's why samadhi is like create compassion and focus really strongly the practice, samadhi. Then wherever your consciousness abides, child pass, you are called to this support. So we say support is the name, list the names. We ask them to come there. Means that bring this conscious to like dissolve to the name object support. We have like Sancho ritual. So then same time we have to use this is called the cleanse and purify the hindrance dharma. So we have to separate with the negative beings with the disease. Otherwise the negative beings hold them and teach to disease. They like to take to the lower realms because disease has a karma to go to lower realms. Disease has a karma to take higher realms. Both the karma is there. So negative beings try to take to lower realms. That's why they're, teach them, sharing them is good things for them. But disease don't have a good karma. They believe the negative beings to follow them. So same is like we, in the human beings, we follow by the no good people. They say something, we believe them. We follow them. So similar, in the negative beings, and telling them really nice, beautifully, this is happy, and believe them. So then go to wrong directions. So also that you can take to right directions, use this special object. So this is has like, and in the Pardo is like no control, and they cannot have an ability to do themselves. So then negative power is arise. They're sharing them negative. They're saying good things. They follow them. They believe them. So we're telling them don't follow them. And use this special object power, and use this practice prayer. Then this is can separate from the negative force. So that's why giving torma to the negative force. Sometimes the negative force is like our dead karma. Karmic imprinting. We have to pay back. So use this torma also representative pay back for the negative deeds. So here says home or you dualistic and confused appearances. Use spirits, obstructors, and elemental. Take this torma and go to your abyss. So they're telling them go to your own place. Don't disturbing the disease. Within the Dharmakaya state, where pro-motor awareness, the deity and the mantra are no door, the mandala of boundaries is formed spontaneously and naturally. So it's so then this is the protection, true protection. We're giving the true protection to the disease. The true protection is within the Dharmakaya state and the natural mind state, where pro-motor awareness, natural ripa, the deity and the mantra are no door. everything is inseparable with that state. The mandala of boundaries is formed. Means like long as you are into natural mind, then you have a naturally protection. So that's why spontaneously and naturally means like you go, we giving the protection to the disease is like natural protection. Natural protection is you be in the natural mind, Rikpa. And then all the negativity is naturally released in that state. So the true boundary is there. So then, we meditate, when we do the rituals, we also have to meditate this ourselves. And we thinking about this disease also receiving that samadhi meditation. Okay, so then negativity cannot force them to take to wrong directions. Hong Hong, Benza, Raksha, Raksha, drums. So means that's created the natural boundaries. Okay, disease is like under these protections. Then the second, inscribe it on the sixth place of your body pass on chart. So now we visualize, this Sancho ritual has this name list, and there has many syllables. So that's why here says, see, inscribe it on the 6 places if your body pass on chart. So this 6 syllables represented with 6 rams, and there has 6 different mantras, 6 syllables in the Sancho ritual. This paper. The paper is we visualize the disease body, form body. There has 6 syllables, so we have to telling the disease, your body has these 6 rams. Are the 6 deeds of the 6 classes arise as the yadam. So we visualize ourselves as yadam deity. Also, we have to visualize ourselves as Vajrasatva, because today this is sadhana followed by Vajrasatva. So we're doing this practice, and we have to visualize ourselves as Vajrasatva. We meditate. Disease body has 6 rams. Within the disease has 6 rams in within the disease body. Then my finger are the Buddhas of the 5 families and their concept. So then we use this like hang like this way, and this 5 finger is 5 Buddha, another 5 fingers, 5 female Buddhas concept. And Om Hong Tantra is 5 Buddha, Mam, Lam, Mampa, Tam is like 5 female Buddhas. So we visualize, and our finger 5 Buddha, 5 female Buddhas. Om Srata Tam means like together, like first like this. Can you see, right, my finger? Okay, so 5 Buddha, 5 female. And then Srata Tam means like join together. It's become 5 Buddha, 5 female Buddha together. Then Benza Inzate, so then become like this way, uniting. And then Benza Bingda Pam means like join together like this. Yeah, so that is like become the 5 Buddha, 5 female Buddha join together. And leg rays of from order wisdom stream from the palms of union. So then actually 5 Buddha, 5 female Buddhas unite and union, and burning away the seeds of the 6 classes come from the the joining together, like male and the female like join together. Example, 5 Buddha, 5 female Buddhas, palms of union, burning away the seeds of 6 classes, like there Lake red is arising, pro-motor wisdom. That lake red is like pro-motor wisdom, stem from the 6 points of union, and then burning away the seeds of 6 classes. So this is has like this all 6 classes. 6 classes is God's realm and the jealous gods is become one. Then the 5, sorry, so burning away seeds of 6 classes. Here is like separate, all 6 of them, 6 realms. So burning the 6 realms, karmic imprints. This, the, leg ray of pro-motor wisdom, burning the 6 realms, karmic imprints. So that's we have to visualize. Om Sarva Tatangata Adinti de Sawa Pampam Avarana Baminkare Soha. So chant that mantra. And then, using this mantra, using this mantra, follow the root mantra like Om Benza Sato Hong, Om Dahan Daha, Sarva, Narakangate, Hete Hong Pei. So that time, in the teacher use the incense with like fire. And, the 6 syllables burned one by one. The paper has a 6 syllable, we burned one by one using these mantras. So that means like, say, the point is here is like, say, burning away the 6 seeds of the 6 classes. So that is the light rays of pro-motor wisdom, stem from the points of union. So then burning one by one, chanting this one with the main mantra. So there has 6 different levels of mantras. The first one is no count. Count by this, follow the root mantra recitation. And then first one is God realm. Second one is jealous gods. Then human beings, animal realms, and hungry gods, hair realms. So burning all the 6 realms, karma, take birth to 6 realms. Next is like we giving the bathing to the for the disease. Instantly at Buddha's birth, the gods offer him ablution. So it's called supplication for the divine ablution. So ablution, just so I offer you ablution with the pure waters of the gods. So here it says, when she instantly at Buddha's birth, when Buddha Shakyamuni take birth, and the gods offer him ablution, means like birth, like purification. This is giving the shower, actually giving the shower, and all the obstacle is releasing. So we're saying same is like when Buddha Shakyamuni born, God's ram, like kings, God's ram kings give the bath. Same, I'm going to give you bath for the disease. So we doing that. I offer ablution with the pure water of the gods. Om Savata Tangata Abe Keka de Samaya Shireye Home. Then I dry their bodies with the exquisite cloth, pure and sweetly fragrant. So we're giving like same as a towel, after shower. Om Savata Tangata Kayam Bishodane, so I chant that mantra. Then it's the reflecting the name circumcision in the mirror, wash the mirror with the waste water. So you use the mirror and using the water in the waste water, and then waste water is pouring to the mirror. Mirror is a reflection to the disease name. So that means like giving the purification. Then home. So then this water is like not ordinary water. So home, the house of victorious deities abides within the west place of the blessed west. So all this Yadam deities inside the water. So nature of the six perfections. It is water cleanses the stains of the six afflictions. See, this water is come from the six Buddhas. I mean, the Buddhas, Yadam deities, and water it itself is representative, six paramita, and purifying six rams, negative karma. Then we follow the root mantra Om Benza Sato Hong, Om Savata Dangat Abhikeka de Samaya Shiraya Hong, still we using, bathing. Hong, ablution, water, endowed with the samadhi and mantra as vast ocean of the good qualities. Bathing your lotus mind in the moon mandala, reflect in the water of promoter wisdom. So thus purify, may you chart the path, become thirsting like a water pure with no sitting left to cleanses. So we, cleansing the disease, the consciousness, and all the negative karmic influence. 6 rams, negative disease like purifying, cleansing. Then all habits and obscuration of your body, speech, and mind made pure. After we chant the 106 syllable Om Benza Sato Samaya Manapalaya long Vajrasatva mantra, and then Om Benza, also the Om Savata Dangata Abhikeka de Samaya Shiraya Hong is a bathing mantra. So no this is we chant, no auspicious like you, we saying auspicious, tachydelic to actually to the disease, because the disease is separate from all the negative karma. It's a disease become more, clean up ready. So that's why we're telling tachydelic to the disease. May there be auspiciousness by day, auspiciousness night, and auspiciousness mind at the mind and mind at day too. Auspicious forever, day and night, through the 3 jewels, may auspicious forever. So auspicious the Buddha Dharma Sangha. So now we're telling again the disease. Hong Lesing disease chart of a noble family. Have faith in the Guru and the deity. So telling the disease single-pointedly focus to the Guru and the Yadam deity. And come here with joy and respect. So be here, peacefully, happy, and joy, create devotion to the Guru and the Yadam deity. To get up in this sublime mandala. So we're telling them this is look to Vajrasatva mandala. We introducing Vajrasatva mandala. This sublime mandala, the denizens of hairs arise out of aggregation. So also, this is a Dharma teaching instruction to the disease. Very important instruction. See, why is a hair rains? Because see, aggregation is rise of aggregation. See them as mirror, clear, and empty. So hair rains arise from due to the anger. And log to, so them as mirror, clear, like emptiness, like, log to your mind, seeing clearly mind nature. And, this, we talk about purify or transform, anger is transform mirror like wisdom. So anger is truly inherently not exist. And anger is naturally released into mirror like wisdom. So that's why it's clear and empty. Same as the mirror, clear and empty. Then realize every race within the state of seminence, wisdom, the words of a hungry ghost. So we, due to our very strong stingy, desire. So that perception is a hungry ghost. And so same is like, up there, Vajrasatva. We talk about anger is mirror like wisdom. And this strange, it's very strong desire is recognize it is emptiness, a state of sameness, wisdom, the word of hungry ghost, transform to the sameness, wisdom. Ignorance, the word of animal is the luminosity of Dharma Dharma wisdom. So ignoring transform to the Dharma Dharma wisdom, ignoring projected the, is animal realms. The attachment, the demands of human is the self nature of discriminating wisdom. So attachment projected the human being realms, and so attachment transformed to is self nature of discriminating wisdom. Jealousy, the realm of demigods. So jealousy projected demigods is this creative energy of spontaneously accomplishment wisdom. Is jealousy transformed is accomplishment wisdom. So realize the three planes of the gods. So then, okay, so here is the realize the three planes of the gods abides within the state of clear and empty wisdom. Here, no mention about specifically God's realm, but God's realm is, I think, is a part of jealousy gods together. And no is talking about the three realms, three planes of gods abides within the state of clear and empty wisdom. So this is the God's realm too. Here is actually it's realized. You see, the three planes of the gods means like we talk about the desire realm and jealousy. I mean the desire realm, form realms, formless realms. So then there has like different levels of God's realms. So this is realized the three planes of the gods realm abides within the state of a clear and empty wisdom. So just same as the Dharma Dharma wisdom. So be in the natural ripa and purify all these God's realm karmic imprints. The impure six samsaric state are abides of six pure wisdom. So six karma is purified. Then within the single empty nature of the mind itself, even the concepts of pure or impure do not exist. So we are into the natural ripa, then pure, impure does not exist. So it's me important teaching we're sharing here to the diseases like introducing natural ripa. Enter the heart of awareness, the mandala of spontaneous empty clarity. So we're telling them go into natural ripa mandala, absolute truth the mandala. So sharing the like introducing, we call this is the introducing for the diseases natural ripa. Same is like when we a lifetime we receive like introducing natural mind from the guru. So now we introduce to the disease natural ripa. Then so after this, see, having spoken thus, the disease is a layout of the abides of the six classes. When the name description has been placed before the Vajra master, the relative of four post-stations. So then, all the relatives like representative disease, they're going to do the post-station. Embodiment of all the Buddhas, the very essence of Vajra holders. So calling the Buddhas, And the rule of the three jewels, homage to all gurus. Compassionate protectors, omniscient guides, ocean of merit and good qualities, homage to the Buddhas, the cause free of attachment and pure, liberated through virtue from evil states, supreme and singular atomic truth, homage to the Dharma that is brings peace. Liberate yourself, you show the path to liberation were founded in the pure tenets. A sacred fear of noble qualities, homage to the Sangha too. So we, press to the Buddha Dharma Sangha and the prostration to Buddha Dharma Sangha. Homage to the unwavering Dharmakaya, the wisdom mind, beyond expression, the great bliss, and Sambhonakaya, the 5 Buddhas and the 5 families, and the Nirmanakaya of peace, space, the Rat, the deity, the myriad expression of compassion, skillful means. So, true nature, absolute true, or we can say Panjaparimita, perfection of wisdom is Dharmakaya. So perfection wisdom's arise form is Yadam deities, Sambhonakaya form, and then also Nirmanakaya form. We postation to the Sheto deities. And this one is really peaceful. I mean, very beautiful way, following Dharmakaya and the Sambhonakaya, Nirmanakaya. So Dharmakaya is wisdom. See, wisdom, mind beyond expression. The great blessed Sambhonakaya, the 5 Buddha and their emanates. Then there's the Dharmakaya is arise for the Sambhonakaya form. And the Nirmanakaya of peace and wrath. The deities, the merry expression of the compassion, skillful means. So with bodies as numerous as dust, moths in all universes. So we create many bodies like postation to the enlightened beings. I will always pay homage with great devotion to all those worthy of respect. You, O King of Refuge, please liberate countless sentient beings and myself from the fear of evil state, and please guide us to the state of. So we strongly supplication to Sheto deities and all this Dharmakaya, Sambhonakaya, Nirmanakaya, strong supplication to the help disease liberate. Only instant you depart once, so depart once disease transform into the pure deity. The vase is placed on the crown. So now it's going to give empowerment to the disease. Use the vase. Home in the vase, the precious and the vase place are the 3 rules. Divine expression example is water transformed to wisdom nectar, to empty samsara from its very depths. Child of no past, empowerment is given to you. May the obscuration of your body, speech, and mind be purified. So giving empowerment to the disease. And may you obtain empowerment of enlightening body, speech, and mind. So we give it the body, speech, mind empowerment. Disease reach to, body, speech, mind enlightened. So then chant this mantra, root text mantra after Kaya Vajrasatva Sarva Abhikinsa Ahom first that is the mantra for empowerment mantra. It's empowerment mantra is like into the body, it's nectars into the body and purify our negative karma. So that is empowerment. Then next is sprinkle the nectar on the food. So this is for the so giving food for the disease. It's a soul offering. Why soul? Yesterday we share, and then this is the soul offering. So with mantra, blessing and Om Ahong, then chant this mantra Om Namah Savata Dangada, Bayom Bishum Beke Besavate Ganga de Savarena Emangana Kamsoha is Ska mantra, treasure mantra. So increasing all the food offering for the disease is so like fed over space, create like unlimited food for offering to them. Then we're telling the disease like you're already gone, and so you don't have a karma to stay with your family, and so then like we say we are sangha, no, like example we using this sadhana for the disease. We say through my like love and compassion and create immeasurable food for you. So this I give it to you, offer to you. So you have food, you have drinks, so you can receive through my like aspiration, prayer, and mantra blessing. We're going to dedication to you and wishing you are free from hunger and thirsty. So that's the aspiration, our like intention. Then we chant this all the prayer, like page 29, is talk about the food. Then this is always a soul offering, so we have to skip this talk already yesterday. So enter page 33, bottom of the page 33. Bottom of the page 33, here says, it's a home, blessing, pass on child of noble family. So where in the cyclic existence you are born. And this is like giving also another instruction. Its nature is a suffering of three kinds, attached and without curving. So we're telling the disease, don't attach to samsara. And what disease have to change their, intentions, give rise to spirit mind, awakening, and remember the true, the dharmata. So we're telling the disease, like change intention, create bodhicitta mind. Then also within the illusion city, realize that the five paths are without the self nature. So we telling the disease, so all these five aggregates is no essence, without the self nature. Also, there can be, this, here is like talk about this, realize that the five paths can be like five paths go to 6 realms, path. Can be 5 aggregates. I'm not sure what is exactly talking about. The looks like 5 path means, 6 realms. The God's realm, jealousy God is 1, then don't go to this take 6 path or without the 7 nature. Then where you go, this is like we're telling them, go this direction. May your subtle mental body, the luminous essence, go to fields called lotus area. It's Buddha Amitabha Pure Line. And attain actual awakening, indivisible from wisdom state of infinite illumination. So it's we're telling the disease, like focus with Buddha Amitabha Pure Line, conscious focus there, and visualize Buddha Amitabha, and your conscious transform to Buddha Amitabha Pure Line. So that's this prayer. The conscious in the form of dissolve into the heart of Amitabha. Then conscious, we say, when we chant these prayers, meditate, this is consciousness, syllable, and transform to the Buddha Amitabha's heart. So chanting this one, Bhagavan Tathangat Ahara, perfect complete Buddha, protector Amitabha, I pay homage, make offerings, and take refuge, recite 3 times. We strongly supplication to Buddha Amitabha, chanting these prayers. So then this is a part of a poa. Next one is this. We transform, use this Sancho ritual, conscious. This is conscious is transformed to the Buddha Amitabha pure line. In the pure line of great bliss, infinite elimination, the embodiment of compassion. I supplicate you with intense and heartfelt yearning. This body is a city of illusion, of fluting water bubble, and a fat house, fatty house of karma, afflictions, and confusion, is which is the despair, luminous mind itself of the Dharmakaya. So, strongly supplication to Buddha Amitabha. We leave our delusion body. So we telling that this is your mind is, Dharmakaya, and the pure, clear, luminous mind itself, the Dharmakaya. May it transform into the presence of the Buddha Amitabha. May it transform into the presence of Buddha Amitabha. So we chant this again and again. I'm going to transform your conscious Buddha Amitabha pure line. Then we say, hey, or hey, use and transform. When we do the Sancho ritual, only does one hey. We don't have to do like practice power 3 times, 6, 7 times, like 21 times like that. During this Sancho ritual, we don't have to do only one. Then we chant these aspirations. By this force of the noble of us, supreme conquerors, compassionate bliss, and our faith, our mind streams, blind no duality in mere instinct. Grant blessing to take birth in Devachi. So not ready to burn the disease name. This is burning the disease name. From the hearts of mandala, it's page 38. Leg rays of wisdom shine forth and purify samsaric phenomena, the aggregate element and the sense basis of the disease into the experience of non-referential promoter purity. Home in the heart of Dharma Dharta, the fire of wisdom, awareness, is lit up in the wood pure of self-grasping, burning away the afflictions and the habitual tendency of the one path. The fire that is without aspirations for arising or cessation, without abiding and without characteristics. This self-born wisdom fire has burned away the conceptual imagination of believing in a self. In true all object to be burned, and those who burn them are primordially and effortlessly awakened. The self-born wisdom, the nature spontaneously dharmakaya appear here. So that's the burn or the disease name, and then chant the Vajrasatva mantra during that time. Page 40 says like chant the mantra. long one, Om Benda Sato Samaya Manapalaya. And after, so then do the dedications. And page 41 is for the living beings, no need to chant. So when you do the living beings for the Sancho ritual, they have to chant this 41 and 42. So you see this page 43, this is the place name. And so there has mantras and all the everything, you know, what we talked in the already draw in the picture. And okay, so now we finish the whole thing. This is Sancho ritual teaching. So now we go back to the Vajrasatva mantra. Page 5, please. Om Vajrasatva 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 Om Vajrasatva. Page 5. Do the dedication and the prayer of auspiciousness. So I'm going to chant Tibetan. You can chant English and Chinese. Om den zon de song ge so gen a len ro we dong de ho gen jan dor je sen ba ye gong ban yor de ba re jo o ga nan ge ye jin de da ra ra ma je ro war zo Ten do to je ngang de mi, ten do ban bar ra yi yo. Om ben zara sa do hong, om ben zara sa do hong, om ben zara sa do hong, om ben zara sa do hong. Om ben zara sa do Om ben zara sa do hong 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 Om ben zara sa do hong. Finish teaching. So next week Saturday, we have Nara Kongsha is another confession Shetok sadhana. We do that practice with I think this Vajrasatva sadhana together. So that sadhana also need Yadam deity practice. So we use Vajrasatva and with Nara Kongsha, the Shetok sadhana, and I can share some sections. The teaching, and then we also practice together Saturday. Sunday, we have a special dedication prayers. And so chant, you know, King of Aspiration and King the Zambo prayers. So that prayers we're going to chant Sunday, more dedication prayers. Okay, so that's the coming Saturday, Sunday. And then other weeks, we can go into update. Thank you, organizers. So I'll let you know for what we're going to happen following weeks, okay? And have a Tashidele, good day. Enjoy where you are. Good evening. Some is, I think, it's already morning. Good morning. Good afternoon, evenings, wherever you are.
Tashidele Kampola.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Kamala.
Thank you.
感恩上师。
拜。
不谢，不谢，扎西德勒，谁有尊